सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis sitting with us around the world at this moment in 642 places through Nityananda TV, 47 places two-way video conferencing having Nayana Diksha, in 278 cities in 31 countries around the world. So I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. So nice. It feels so nice. I feel so energetic and alive because I stood by my commitment to conduct the class whole night without missing 1 minute late to any session I conducted. And I also wanted to thank all the organizers and ashramites, volunteers who really made it happen. Really made it happen. Without your help, it would not have been possible. Thank you guys. I also commit with you all to start this new habit of thanking, which I was not doing. I'm going to start now. Now people need to know that I am happy. You see, I make them understand when they are not up to the mark. Same way I should also make them understand when they are up to the mark. So I want to see when they are not matching with my Anyakara, I make them understand or realize. So when they meet my Anyakara, I should also make them understand that they are meeting my standard, meeting the Anyakara, I am happy. Beautiful. Today, Nirahara Samyama, level 2, 6th day successfully. All over the world, 98 people have applied and I have initiated the process to be food free, free from food, is happening successfully. Second level, 6th day. And tonight also we are continuing the second day of Nitya Dhyana Yoga. I tell you guys one thing from my own experience. It feels so nice when you stand with integrity by your commitment. With authenticity and integrity, when you stand by your commitment, it feels so nice. You have so much of confidence. This is the first program I honored in different time zone. Different time zone, without missing one session, 1 minute. See, I always had authenticity in my being, but did not bother to make it as a every moment, day-to-day life routine. I always thought I can afford, it's okay. I can afford. If I don't want to create Sangha, if I just want to be lying down on a couch, if I just want to be an enlightened being, an enlightened master. But when I commit to enrich the world with Nityananda Sangha, I can't afford to live without expressing all those qualities of integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching in every moment of my action. So, I am also very happy about what I am doing. Understand, that's the main thing. I don't feel I am sacrificing something or bound by some rules. No. I am so happy. So beautiful. Now the whole Sangha, suddenly last 13 days, so much of transformation in every individual. People feel we have an authentic purpose to exist. We have an authentic purpose to live the way we are living. Understand, when you understand the authenticity of your existence, you radiate so much of energy. I don't feel tired at all. I don't feel like sleeping. If I had the whole night session, morning satsang, I would have bunked. Now not only I am sitting, I am going to continue for hours now. Because the subject is vibrating in my heart. Authenticity, authenticity, authenticity. I'll start today's subject, satsang. I'll continue on authenticity, the Kathopanishad. So Yama gave the first boon to Nachiketa. Now, next sloka, Nachiketa says, Svarge loke na bhayam kinchanaasti na tatratvam nacharaya pipeti ubedhirtva bisa vibhase shokadiko modate svargaloke. In Sanskrit also I have my thick Tamil accent. In Tamil, the tatta dadda, kakka gagga. There is no separate kakka gagga. So, my thick accent will come. It's okay, you manage. I have an exemption. Arsha Prayoga it is called. Any Prayoga done by master becomes the grammar in Sanskrit. So, we don't need to worry about grammar in Sanskrit. The translation, in the realm of heaven, there is no fear. Thou art not there, means death. Yama, you are not there. Nor is there fear of old age. Having crossed beyond both hunger and thirst, and being above grief, they rejoice in heaven. Please understand. With this boon, Nachiketa goes to the extreme of finding the root, finding the solution for the root cause problem. God. It is not that his father was affected with HIV, he goes to Yama and takes medicine only for his father. Let his father survive, be cured, all others let them die. No. He first takes medicine for his father, then asks the formula of the medicine to cure whole world's HIV. One of the biggest disease the whole world is suffering is desire to exist forever. Longevity. Longevity. It's unfortunate. People are very inauthentic with this desire. If you are authentic, there is some part which is you exists forever beyond death. If you realize that part, you can be like that. But that is long route. People don't want that. They want very shortcut. And they wanted the body and mind, which they already know, very comfortable, to live forever with them. Understand? The law of existence, you will live forever, but your possessions cannot. You forget your body and mind is your possessions. It is not you. You forget your body and mind is your possession, not you. If you want to be forever, eternally, granted immediately. You are eternal. But you think, no. My possessions also should be eternal with me. It cannot be. And you yourself will feel terribly bored if your possessions stay with you forever. People should be made to understand, if you want to retain your body forever, your same wife will be with you forever. Then come on, now let me see how many wants. Your same spouse will be there with you forever. Just this knowledge is enough. People your same husband or same wife will be there with you forever. Because you are trying to ask eternity for your possession, which is not only impossible, fortunately impossible. Swarge loke na vayam kincha nasti na tatratvam na prachayo na jarayo bibedi ubedirtva chanaya vibase shokadigo modade swarga loke. Nachiketa said, in the realm of heaven there is no fear. Thou, death are not there, nor is there fear of old age. Having crossed beyond both hunger and thirst, above being above grief, they rejoice in heaven. Means, there is a solution for the source disease of desire for longevity. Why his father was inauthentic? His desire for longevity made him inauthentic, and he wants to do the sacrifice, but he does not want to follow all the rules with integrity. Just yesterday I decided not to give up on my disciples, and today see the result. So this proves the power of this great tattva. If you decide that you will not give up even for hundreds of years, you will have the result this moment, in 1 second. If you think you want the result in 1 second, even in 100 years you will not achieve it. Nachiketa's father, Vajashravas, was having the deep desire to live forever, to enjoy the pleasures of life. But he is inauthentic towards the process through which he can achieve it. He was trying to keep his body alive. Even if he has performed that sacrifice with authenticity, his body would have been alive only for a few hundred more years. But Nachiketa wants to solve this issue once for all, for the whole humanity. Only a personality like Nachiketa can think even liberating the whole humanity with this kind of problems, from this kind of problems. He continues on the next verse. Sattvamagnim swargyamat eshi mruthyo prabruhi tam shraddhadanaya mahyam Swargaloka amrutatvam bhajante etat vidiyen vrune varena. Thou knowest, O death, the fire sacrifice that leads to heaven. Tell this to me, who am full of Shraddha. They who live in the realm of heaven enjoy freedom from death. This I beg as my second boon. When you have Shraddha, you will not feel yourself egoistic when you say you have Shraddha. When I said yesterday I honored with authenticity my commitment, I don't feel egoistic. I just rejoice. In this verse, Nachiketa says, I am full of Shraddha. Tell this to me. Means I will not misuse these signs. I am very authentic. When I ask you to give me this knowledge and science, he says, you know, O death, the fire sacrifice that leads to heaven means where people live beyond death. The root cause of the desire to live is because of the fear that they will die. He is asking, give me the signs of going beyond the fear once for all, so that I share this science with the whole world, and whole world is liberated from the problem with which my father was suffering and behaving inauthentically. He asked beautifully, O Lord, tell me the signs. All kids, Vajrasan, freeze your body. He says beautifully, tell me the knowledge, science of going to heaven where there is no death, where people are beyond hunger and thirst, where people are beyond grief. That is why he describes heaven clearly. I want this kind of heaven. The sacrifice for this kind of heaven, not your own version of heaven. He is very cautious about what he wants. And he says, I am full of Shraddha. I want this to enrich the world, not for anything else. So he uses a very beautiful word. This I beg as my second boon. Nachiketa just makes me floor by his sacrifice, dedication to enrich others. By his dedication to enrich others. Every word I am uttering is so important. Listen. Shravana. Listen as if your life depended on it. And it is, your life is depending on what I am saying. And if you listen, you will understand. I am creating a new word. Not just understand, you will understand. Anything which clicks with your heart immediately, makes some music in your heart, sings in your heart. You can't use the small word understanding for it. Understanding. And if you receive the energy by the Nayana Diksha and Kundalini jumps, it is understanding. If you hear, what happens to you is understanding. If you listen, what happens to you is understanding. If you receive, what happens to you is understanding. So, now it is time for understanding, not just understanding. Listen, listen, listen. When you listen, just by listening, you will transform the people who are talking. So many of my disciples, they are such strong sannyasis, such strong beings. in their integrity and authenticity, but unfortunately they miss listening. Extraordinary integrity and authenticity, but still they miss listening. Understand, there are no extraordinary speakers, orators. There are only extraordinary listeners. Extraordinary listeners create extraordinary speakers. If you listen to whatever I am talking, you will understand I am an extraordinary listener. I speak only what I heard. Listening, listening, listening. What I heard from the street vendors, what I heard from ordinary visitors, what I heard from my own disciples, all that becomes a lesson for me. And it is my listening made me as orator. So learn to listen. I speak what you need because I hear when you speak. Because I listen when you speak, I know what you need and I speak exactly that. I know what to speak to transform you because I listen. When I listen to what you speak and what you don't speak but want to speak. That is why many times after reading the letter you gave, I will be giving completely different solution. Because the solution is for many things you want to say, you did not say. Beautifully, Nachiketa floors the whole world by his second boon, second request. At least second request he could have asked for enlightenment. Then he could have gone to the third. Thou knowest, O death, the fire sacrifice that leads to heaven. Tell this to me, who am full of Shraddha. They who live in the realm of heaven enjoy freedom from death. This I beg as my second boon. The next sloka comes. Yama is also listening. Beautiful. The next verse is. Yama replied, Prate pravimidadu meni bodha swargam swargyam agnim nachiketa prajanan anantalokaptimato pratishtam vidditvametam nihitam guhayam. I know well, Yama replied, I know well that fire which leads to the realm of heaven. I shall tell it to you. Listen to me. Know, O Nachiketa, that this is the means of attaining endless worlds and their support. It is hidden in the heart of all beings. He says, I know well that fire which leads to the realm of heaven. I shall tell it to you. Listen to me. Know, O Nachiketa, that this is the means of attaining endless worlds and their support. It is hidden in the heart of all beings. Nachiketa gives this boon. He says, I'll tell you, listen to me. I'll give you the signs of endless worlds and receiving their support. It is hidden in the hearts of all beings. Means there is part of you, akshara, unperishable, imperishable. Part of you which you associate yourself is perishable. Becoming the part of you which is unperishable, which is in your heart, is the science. The more and more you become subtle, the more and more the space you are going to live is endless. If you are in the physical body, it's 100 years. If you are in the pranic body, established in the pranic body, your life will be 1,000 years. If you are established in the the mental body, it will be 10,000 years. If you are established in the subtle body, it will be 25,000 years. If you are established in the Karana Sarira, it will be the one yuga. If you are established in the Atma Sarira, your life will be one Brahmanda, Brahma Kalpa. If you are established in Nirvana Sarira, you are eternal forever. The subtler and subtler space you are established, the time does not deteriorate you. The more grass you are, the more deterioration because of time. The more subtle you are, less deterioration due to time. Time works on you if you are heavy, solid, physical. It does not work on you the more and more you become subtle. The subtler and subtler you become, he works less and less on you. Deterioration. Kala does not work on you when you move to the subtler and subtler spaces. Kala works on you when you are more grasser and grasser space. Time itself is teaching the science to Nachiketa how you can escape from him. It is like a police teaching you how to escape from them. It is like a thief teaching you how to protect your wealth from him. Kala is teaching you how to go beyond time. Yama beautifully answers. He first very clearly says, I know well that fire which leads to the realm of heaven. He assures Nachiketa, yes, I know exactly what you are asking. And second statement he makes, I shall tell it to you, means I'll give you that. Third, listen to me. Fourth, know, O Nachiketa, that this is the means of attaining endless worlds and their support. It is hidden in the heart of all beings. Tvametam nihidam guhayam. The next sloka. Sacha vidatprat yavadatyadoktam atasya mrityu punareva dushtaha. This is the tune. I heard this verse from my teacher. From now, tune changes actually. From this verse, the tune changes. Punarevaha dushtaha lokatimagnim tamuvacha tasmai yayishtagaya vadirvayadava sachapi tatprat yavadatyadoktam atasya mrityu punarevaha dushtaha. Because from this verse it is teaching. The chandas, the meter becomes different. Till this verse it is story. From this verse, teaching. The meaning is, Yama then told him that fire sacrifice, the beginning of all the worlds. Please understand, the fire sacrifice, the beginning of all the worlds. What bricks, how many, and how laid for the altar. Nachiketas repeated all as it was told to him. Then death, being pleased with him, again said. This whole verse has so much of meaning. Understand? This is the way the education is done in Gurukul system. When a disciple, student, goes to the teacher, teacher should give first assurance, I know what you want. Second, he should assure the disciple, I will teach you. It's authentic commitment so that disciple does not waste the time with the wrong guru. Disciple goes asking what he wants. He specifies his need. And then the teacher confirms with authenticity and integrity, I know it. And I shall teach you. Then he gives instruction how to receive that knowledge. He says, listen to me. Then he gives The introduction to the knowledge, importance of knowledge. He says, this is the means of attaining endless worlds and their support. The introduction itself is so enchanting. Student is inspired authentically to learn. Then he removes the fear in student. It is not difficult. It is hidden in the heart of all beings. He first asserts, I know it. He says, I know well. Prate pravimite datu. I know well that fire which leads to the realm of heaven, which you asked, as per your definition. Second, I shall tell it to you. Don't have doubt. Just because I know, I may hide a little bit and not tell you. No. He assures you, I shall tell it to you. I shall teach you. I'll teach you. I am not going to keep that as a secret from you. I'll share with you. Then he introduces the knowledge that this is the means of attaining endless worlds and their support. And he removes the doubt from Nachiketa's heart. It is not difficult, don't worry. It is hidden in the heart of all beings. Then, method of teaching. Yama then told him that fire sacrifice, the beginning of all the worlds. What bricks? How many? And how late for the altar? Nachiketas repeated. You need to understand this word. Yama then told him that fire sacrifice, the beginning of all the worlds. What is the meaning? Beginning of all the worlds. Understand, only when you understand the beginning of all the worlds, you will know how to be endless in all the worlds. If you don't understand the beginning, you will not know how to be endless. He asked to be endless. If you have to be endless, you have to know the beginning. You need to know the science of beginning. Please understand, anything which has a beginning, which you can calculate with your logic, will have an end also, which you can calculate with your logic. Anything which you can calculate with your logic in physically, before physical maturity. Please understand, your logic will take a quantum leap the moment your body is physically matured. That is why in our Gurukuls, the Vedic tradition, we had only 2 sections. Kids who are not physically matured, they are called Balaks. And kids who are physically matured, they are called Yuva. We will also divide the Gurukul just as 2 teams. Balak and Yuva. Kids who are physically matured, who are not physically matured. Because the logic goes through a big transformation. If a Balak's logic can calculate, imagine, visualize the beginning, It can visualize the end also. That will end within its visualization. If a yuva can visualize the beginning, the end also will be within its visualization. For example, if you can visualize 100 years, and there is something which is begin 100 years before, naturally its end also you will be able to visualize. It will be at the most 200 or 300 years. But it is in your realm of visualization. Understand the science of beginning. If you can't imagine the beginning of something, you will not know the end of that, and it is endless. That is why Yama is saying, beginning of all the worlds, means he is teaching which is endless worlds. He is teaching him the science which world is going to end when, by revealing the secret of beginning of the world. Otherwise, a common man, when he reads this line, the beginning of all the worlds, he will think, why? Why should you teach the beginning of all the worlds? After all, he is asking for deathlessness, endless worlds. You will not know something is endless unless you know its beginning. And one more thing, even if Yama says, yes, this world is endless, Nachiketa will not believe. He has to be given logical understanding and proof. By Yama showing, see, it began millions of years before, still it has not ended. This shows it is an endless world, learn this science. So you have to transmit the knowledge without leaving a single doubt in the student's heart. Science of teaching. Hey, teachers of Gurukul, learn, listen. Like Yama, you should teach. You should first assure the student you know. Means authentically, with integrity, you should know. You can't say, I just know this syllabus. If you ask one question extra than this syllabus, I'll have to verify the book. No. Then book and bookworms are enough for us. You are not needed. If you are a teacher, you should know every possible doubts that can happen. And then you should give them the assurance with authenticity and integrity, I shall teach you. Today all the teachers have to sit the Gurukul and give them with authenticity and integrity, declare what they know, what subject they are going to take. They should declare whether they know it or not, and they should also declare whether they are going to teach it or not. All teachers, before they begin their semester or the syllabus, they should declare it to the children. This is the way. The way Yama taught is the way the teaching is done in Vedic schools. Then you should also remove the fear, the exam fear in the heart of the child. Yama is addressing all major problems. When a child goes, he asks, is this college the right place for me to study? Will these guys will teach me completely, even if they know? Will it be difficult or easy? This is the major three question a student carries in his mind when he enters into any education. Yama clears all the three. And then they should remind the students to listen before teaching. And now Emma teaches that fire sacrifice, the beginning of all the worlds. She was teaching. See, this world began 10,000 years before. This world began 20,000 years before. This world began 2 lakh years before. This world began zillions of years before. So naturally, the zillions of years before, the world which began is the most trustworthy. With this, we can be sure the quality material out of which this world is made is so strong, it will be endless. So now, reach this world, which is endless. What bricks, how many, and how laid for the altar means the cosmic airport to take off to those spaces is the fire altar. Understand, the fire altar is the cosmic airport. You can take off. So the airport's direction, way the altar need to be built, everything was taught by Yama to Nachiketa. The Upanishad says Nachiketas repeated all as it was told to him. Upanishad is not saying Nachiketas took notes. Nachiketas repeated all as it was told to him. Ekasandagrahi. Ekasandagrahi. Then death, Yama, being pleased with him, means because he does not need to repeat again, he was pleased. When you get a student like Nachiketa, 100% I am sure you will be pleased. Understand the science of fire sacrifice? All these endless worlds are different frequencies. If you chant those particular mantras with that particular fire altar, with that particular fire and the sound, your body raises to that frequency and you can be there in that frequency as long as you want. If your frequency falls down, again do the same technique and raise over. That is why how the altar is laid is very important. I commit with you guys, authentically, with integrity, I will reveal the science of Putra Kameshti Yajna, how from the fire the Meenakshi walked out as a child. I'll reveal the science. I'll do it. It is possible. It's there in the biomemory. I just need to open the file and spell it out in the language you all understand. It may take little time. the disciples who are able to listen. But once I create the disciples who are able to listen, I'll reveal. Nachiketas repeated all as it was told to him. Then death. Yama, being pleased with him again, said, Tama pravit priyamano mahatma varam tavehat yatatami bhuyaha tavaiva namna pavitayamagni shrungam sema manekarubam grihanaha. The great souled Yama means Mahatma. Mahatma word. The oldest recording of Mahatma word is in Kathopanishad. Mahatma, Yama, being well pleased, said to him, said to Nachiketa, I give you now another boon. This fire sacrifice shall be named after you. Take also this garland of many colors. Wow. Because Yama was so happy. See, naming an invention or a discovery after an inventor or discoverer started from Kathopanishad. The habit, the pattern, the idea is started from Kathopanishad. Whatever Raman discovered, we call it as Raman's effect. So each one, whatever they discovered, is named after them. Whatever Ramanujam discovered is called as Ramanujam's theorems. Same way, because Nachiketa was responsible to get the science out of Yama to the world, Yama says, let your name be there for this ritual. Let this science be named after you. Understand? If you are not getting any bonus from the teacher, you are not a right student. Not out of sympathy of the teacher, but because of your efficiency of learning. See all the bonuses I am giving to Gurukul continuously, not because of my sympathy, but because of their efficiency and their ability to learn. The most difficult thing for the kids is restlessness, means sitting silently. But somehow even that they are managing so much. Still they have not raised themselves to the level of freezing, but at least they have raised themselves to the level of easing. Hey, Gurukul kids, all the kids who have learnt to freeze your body. How many days do you guys need to take the responsibility of the other smaller kids who are not able to freeze their body? How many days do you need to teach them and make them also freeze their body? Tell me. 1 day. So by tomorrow, you will make them, you take the responsibility? Done? Done. Okay. If some kid moves and behaves restlessly, who is responsible? All the other kids who already mastered the science of sitting straight without freezing the body. You are responsible for their inauthenticity, okay? And now itself, each one of you guys who already mastered the science of sitting straight, you adopt another one kid who is still struggling as a student. You will mentor and ensure from tomorrow the other child is also mastering the art, okay? I don't even have one iota of hangover or doubt by tomorrow they will do it. I just know they will do it. And they will do it. The great souled Yama, Mahatma, Yama is referred as a Mahatma after he revealed this science to the world. Mahatma is a person who reveals whatever is in his Atma to the Mahat. If he enriches the Mahat with his Atma, he is Mahatma. Because he enriched the world with his Atma, he is Mahatma. And being well pleased, he said to Nachiketas, I give you now another boon. Let this sacrifice be named after you. And take also this garland of many colors. See, that shows his spontaneous joy, and he does not want to wait to find out what gift he should give it to you. He just gives something which he has. Understand, whenever you feel you are committed with the big things, decide, I won't give up on me. That is the pillar with which you have to support your slagging mind. Oh, I think I have committed too big thing. No, no, no. My shoulder, it is too heavy on my shoulder. No. Give the strength to the shoulder. Don't give up on you. Don't give up on yourself. When a teacher, please understand, I am using the word teacher for Yama because as on now, whatever he is teaching is only the subjects can be taught by a teacher. He has not started the science of enlightenment. So that is the reason I am not using the word master for him. I will start using the word master for him with the third boon. Means the next, when he teaches the science of enlightenment. Even this science, you don't need a master to learn. Teacher is enough. When a teacher is pleased with a student, spontaneously out of joy he gives something. That is the way he says, Shrungam Semamaneka Rupam Grihana. Let you have this garland of many colors. Must be Navaratna Mala, as something which Emma was wearing. And there is also a record, during the churning of the Milky Ocean, the Navaratna Mala which came out was given to Yama. What Navaratna Mala has to do with Yama? Because Navaratnas live for generations. All 9 Ratnas don't perish, don't get destroyed. That is why Navaratna jewelries, jewels made out of Navaratnas stay for generations. So almost like deathless. Navaratna jewels are the symbol of deathlessness. So the Navaratna Mala which came from the ocean during the churning was given to Yama, and Yama gifts that mala to Nachiketa now just for being a beautiful student, good student. Yama must have been a great teacher, enjoying teaching. That is why he is so overjoyed. He celebrates a right student happening. If you are interested only in the money from the student, you will celebrate when you are given large donation from the student. If you are really enjoying teaching, you will celebrate when you have a right student. Here, Yama must have been a great teacher. That is why he celebrates an amazing student who has not given anything to him other than being a good student. There is no record Nachiketa brought any Guru Dakshina offering to Yama. Next verse. Next verse describes the glory of the science Nachiketa learned. What is the glory? Palashruti. What happens if you perform this? We'll see about that in the next satsangs. And I also commit to give the gift of at least few days of Kumbh Mela to Gurukul kids. As honor to their commitment. Only thing, the parents should allow. The parents' permission is required because the health and the age of the kids and ability to maintain and all that. They should be able to travel in the train and all that. Because they won't be able to go by bus, it's too many days. Flight is also not possible. There is no airport in Allahabad. Even otherwise, for various reasons, flight is not possible for everyone. all the parents who allow and the kids who can manage, who can handle, I'll give them the gift of Kumbh Mela. At least few days. Work on how many days is possible from their school and all that. This is a spontaneous gift for being good students. Yes. I'll move to the next segment of the morning satsang. Dial the avatar, calls. To radiate the charisma of that dharma. If that dharma assumes the body and walks, how graceful it is. Just to demo that, just to showcase that grace, I carry this body. That's all. Am I right?
Yes, Swamiji.
Then you are living in the right place.